What is up, everybody, and welcome back to episode 5 of Off the Bounce. We're here Monday through Friday, 4:30 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, if you haven't already, retweet, share, comment, like this video on Twitter. I'm your host, Slam the Bookie. Got my dogs here, Alpha Dog Bets, Hefe Picks. What's up, boys? How we doing?
Another day. How we doing today?
Living the dream, baby. Living the dream. It's freaking gorgeous out. It's been 70 degrees and sunny. Not as gorgeous where Slam the Bookie is, but I'll take it.
Yes, sir. Costa Rica is pretty nice, boys. Pretty nice. I'm going to enjoy this beer real quick.
Now we're ready to go.
Make sure you guys retweet this video right now if you're watching on Twitter. Much love. Thank you once again to Pure Wage for sponsoring this show. Stay tuned after the show. We have an announcement about the giveaway, guys. But we're going to jump right into it. We got a short slate today, but we're going to jump right into our yesterday's recap. Early slate, we got the Knicks at the 76ers, score 103-96. How did the Knicks look, guys? Randall had a hell of a game. It looked kind of scary second half. Were you guys worried at all or what?
Yeah, I was worried.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
We were texting watching the game last night. I think we are both in the same consensus that the Knicks have yet to play a full game in the last week. So what they've been doing is they played a fantastic second half, but Julius Randle had a terrible first half. We were in the third quarter, and he had more shots than points. I believe it was 20 shots when he had 16 points. And that just can't happen when you're the team's best player. Hefe, how do you feel about the state of the Knicks?
And on the opposite of that, he is the reason that we won that game. Julius Randle made the shots that needed to be made when they needed to be made. I thought the Knicks were going to lose that game. They were up by 13 at half. They did not show up in the third quarter per usual. They came out absolutely flat, and the Sixers were making everything. I give the Knicks a lot of credit to stay in that game, come out in the fourth, get themselves a little lead, and Randle made big three-pointers when needed. RJ had a great game too. A much-needed and solid Knicks win last night.
But one quick point, though, to speak on the other side about Philly. How about Andre Drummond with a fantastic game, filling in for Embiid? Yep, go ahead,
25 rebounds, guys. I think he tied
with 14 points.
What was the thing? I think he leads the Sixers in the most rebounds in a game.
I believe so, with 25. Yep.
Yeah. Pretty incredible game for him. But, I mean, Knicks just finished. That's it. I mean, hell of a game for Randall, guys. 31 points.
They did what they had to do.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Good job, Knicks. We're jumping right into the next game. We got the Nets at the Bulls. Score 118-95. Bulls. I gave out Bulls yesterday on the show.
Nice choice.
I said if DeRozan does well, they're going to end up winning this game. And
you were
DeRozan had a hell of a game to close. 28 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists.
He did. He had a great game. He's had a great year.
I'm looking at this Nets. What happened with the Nets? They were in the game, third quarter.
They died off. They died off in the fourth.
I'll tell you what happened. James Harden had a crap game. He had a crap game. James Harden. 4 of 11 from the field, 3 of 7 from three-point range. This loss was not on KD. He had dropped 38, 13 of 24.
On fire,
was on fire, vintage KD night, but he had no second person to go to. Blake Griffin scored 2 points. You can't do that. LaMarcus Aldridge off the bench actually had a really nice 8 of 13, 19.
He's been very good. He's been very good.
Very solid for them, and much needed low post help. But
absolutely.
You can't have James Harden playing 34 minutes and having 14 points. They're not going to beat a Bulls team who's one of the best teams in the East if he's putting up those types of numbers. And that is why they lost that game.
This game was frustrating for me as well. I had the over 216, and as you can see, it lost by 3 points, all because the Nets had a 17-point fourth quarter. They were outscored 42-17 when the Bulls pulled away, and they just couldn't get any buckets late. That was one that I believe should have hit, especially after we had 62 points after the first quarter. A little bit frustrating there. I know Hefe had the Nets, but glad our resident host, Slammy, was able to pull in the dub with the Bulls, get us one victory in that one. Yeah. Good job, Slam.
Yes, sir. That was tough on the over, man. for sure.
That should have hit. That should have hit. But that's the name of the game. It's the name of the game. So we'll get it back tonight.
Speaking of bad beats, Slam, why don't you introduce this Grizzlies T-Wolves
game?
Yes,
sir. I got. Before we get to the next game, guys, if you're watching this on Twitter, guys, hit that retweet, share this, like, comment your best bets today, guys.
Subscribe.
Thank you all for the support. Shout out to Pure Wage. If you haven't, follow him. He's the best in the business, guys. But yeah, next game, some would say it's a bad beat. Some would say they got lucky. But T-Wolves at the Grizzlies, score 125-118. I gave T-Wolves out as a lean. Anthony Towns hit this crazy half
fade away, falling back, 3-pointer at the buzzer, off the backboard from an impossible angle to kill everyone's dreams who was on that game yesterday. I watched it as a fan. Let me tell you, that shot was exhilarating from a fan perspective, but I can't imagine being on the side to lose that one. So I'm going to turn it over to Hefe because I believe he had some experience with that last night.
Let me tell you, how many times do you see a player make a crazy buzzer beating shot and it be the reason that team doesn't cover, right? You get what I'm saying? Karl Anthony Towns misses that shot 99 of 100 times. That game's over. The Timberwolves lose by 3. Every Timberwolves better is happy. So it's one of those rare occasions where it's a Timberwolves better. You're like, no, because you knew it. You freaking knew it. The Timberwolves led by double digits, less than 5 minutes left in that game, and you knew that if that game was going into overtime, they were losing by more than 5. And lo and behold, they freaking lost the game by more than 5 points. And if your Timberwolves better, I mean, that's you got to throw some hats, like Slam says, or you got to put your head through a door.
What's the golden rule about when it goes to overtime? Not the golden rule, but the golden saying, dogs die in overtime. And you just knew last night. The second that thing was shot from 87 yards, halfway down the court, behind his back, razzle-dazzle, off the backboard, just incredible. And you knew if you were on the other side, it was dead.
Yeah, it was so heartbreaking because it's your own guy who does it to you, right? It's your own guy who does it to you.
Yep.
So you can't make that one up, man.
Yep. All right, guys, jumping into our next game. We're not going to talk about the Pelicans at the Mavericks. Guys, this Pelicans team is bad in the second half. If you guys ever bet against the Pelicans or with the Pelicans, take them first half, man. This team looks like they come out
sucks.
And
they're terrible.
The second half.
They're terrible.
First half Pelicans have actually hit, but they just die second half. Similar to
what's scary about
game
this?
We're gonna talk about.
What's scary about this, guys? And let's just look at this as like the team. If I'm the Pelicans, I'm really taking a long look and thinking, hey, maybe we keep out Zion a little bit longer. What's the point? You guys,
it's a lost season.
You guys are 1-10.
Pelicans are done.
They're 1-10 already.
You get what I'm saying, though, guys? Like maybe if I'm the Pelicans general managers and their front office, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, you know what? Why rush Zion back? Let him take a couple months more off. We'll get him back later on in the year. We'll see how he is. Ingram also's banged up. Let's just see what they got. And I hate to throw in the towel after 11 games, but 1-10 that's just.
It's not throwing in the towel. You're not throwing in the towel when you're 1-10. You want to rest your superstar to get back healthy, and so you don't get him re-injured if he's not 100%. It's been a tough start to that team. It's been a rough couple of years for that team, for the Pelicans. That organization really needs some winning. I thought when they had those draft picks, they brought in Zion. They were a new team, maybe started to turn it around a little bit. But Zion might not be the guy.
I do like their young pieces, though. I like Herb Jones, and I like the other young pieces that they have that they have in Hayes. I just think they're absolutely obviously missing that person who could
the guy. They need a guy.
Or
they need a guy.
They just can't score. That's the thing.
They just can't.
You have to score. They'd be good team.
100%.
Your defense can only hold up so much, man. But anyways, let's just jump right into the next game. I know we all had this game. We said a collab. Blah, blah, blah.
We're talking about this one.
The WrestleMania match in Denver last night.
Yes.
Yeah, Heat versus Nuggets, guys. 113-96 Nuggets, man. What happened to this Heat team, man? Kyle Lowry, 0 points. Jokic, unstoppable with a triple-double, 25 points, 15 rebounds. 10 assists. He was unstoppable last night, man.
Hefe's got it.
I got this. I know what happened. I live and die by this. Tyler Hero played 31 minutes, shot 3 of 12 from the field.
Oh, here we go.
2 of 9 from 3-point range and had
Tyler
11
Hero.
points. Somebody did not show up in Denver, and that's the thing. Kyle Lowry, 37 minutes, 0 of 8 from the field, 0 points.
He never got off the bus.
Back, forth. You know what the most he did last night was wait outside the Denver Nuggets locker room for Jokic to come out to try and fight him. That's the most that Lowry did last night.
Can we talk about the Jokic brothers, by the way? Making a Twitter account confirmed it is the Jokic brothers and starting fights with Marcus Morris today. What entertainment. Much better than the actual game last night. Miami just couldn't get into the offensive rhythm. You saw from the first quarter, they were playing ISO basketball. They were not moving the ball, and they just could not get it done. And 100%. Denver was getting the ball down low, and they were hacking and whacking Jokic all game. Totally. And they killed him in the paint, and that was the difference of the game. 100%. I anticipated Bam to be a little stronger in the paint last night. Bam was clearly off on both sides of the ball. So we'll have to see how they recover. I believe tomorrow they're going to the Lakers. So we'll have a lot more
against the Lakers tomorrow, so we'll definitely pick up with the Heat. But just to kind of tie the knot on this Jokic matter, you know, it definitely took over Twitter last night. Jokic with just a crazy foul to one of the Morris twins. It became very violent, very fast.
Whose fault was it, guys? Whose fault was it?
It was Morris's fault. It was absolutely more. He took a complete blatant dirty shot, hit him in the ribs from half court, and he responded. It's on both of them. Jokic has to be smarter. He's the MVP, and you have to understand that Morris is going to be Morris. You know his game. Part of his game is to get in your head, and that's what he did. Unfortunately for us Miami backers, it was a little too late in the game to get in their head, but it was a cheap shot, and Jokic has to do better at understanding
it. 2 weeks in Miami. They got Nuggets visit Miami in 2 weeks, and I'll tell you, security will be tight for that.
Jimmy's already making blanket threats, so we'll have to see what happens on the 29th. We're all looking forward to that one.
I'm excited.
All right, boys, let's jump right into this game. I want to talk about, Hawks at the Warriors. Shit. 127, 113, man. I was on the show saying Hawks money line, Hawks plus 3.5. Man, I was fucking wrong, man. This team fucking sucks.
There's the hat throw. We've been waiting for it.
Terrible.
There it is.
Team, man. But anyways, okay, so first half Hawks played great. Steph Curry was unstoppable, man. 50
unstoppable.
Points.
The oldest, did you guys believe this stat I heard? He's the oldest player in the history of the NBA to average 50 points and to have a 50-10 game. That's kind of shocking.
He's insane.
Oldest? He's not even old.
That's what I'm saying. When I think of Steph Curry, I don't think of old, but when I saw that, I was like, damn.
It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting when you think about it, because all the stars from us growing up, from our age growing up, LeBron, KD, Chris Paul, they're getting a little mellow in his last, his final tour right now. They're getting old, man. But
they're getting old, man.
So are we.
But, listen, Slam, man, I don't want to say I told you so, but the Warriors are the number one team in the league.
The best
for a reason.
team in the league.
The first in every offensive statistical category. And let me tell you something. They had
don't even say Warriors. Say Curry. Don't even say Warriors.
I'll say Curry last night.
Curry single-handedly
I will
beat
say
the
he
Hawks.
was in his bag. Like, he was making vintage Curry shots. Yep. And the crazy thing is, and the sucky part is for any Hawks better out there, the Hawks look great in the first half. But when Curry's on that type of vibe, it doesn't matter if he's going 1-on-5. He is making that step back, behind the back, turn around three, and it's looking like butter. And last night was just one of those vintage Steph nights, man. So you just caught the Warriors on a bad night.
You just had to sit back and watch. You knew what was going to happen when he was hitting every single shot from every point.
You have to make shots, man. Like, Hawks missing shots, Warriors transition basketball. You know how good they are. Third quarter Warriors are unstoppable, man. That's what happened. The Hawks missed shots. Warriors out in transition. Curry, 3. That's
doing what they're doing all year. It's not like this is the first time we're seeing this. So pay attention to this team, guys. It's more than just the talent that they have. It's the chemistry that they're playing with right now. Outstanding performance so far.
Stay tuned, guys. We're gonna cap this the Hawks game tonight.
One last point on the Warriors. They still Clay still to come back. Their number 2 overall pick last year, Wiseman is still not playing. They have 2 first-round picks. Kuminga just started to get into the lineup. Moses Moody is just starting to get into the lineup. Guys,
I like that kid. Moody went to Arkansas. He's a good player.
Poole, bro.
Guys, this team is deep. They got veterans. They know how to win. They have a good culture. They have some dogs on there. This is a scary, scary team in the West.
Would you say the Warriors are back?
I absolutely would. I like it.
All right, guys, we got to jump right into. You guys want to do one more recap? We'll jump right into today's slate.
Let's do one more recap. We have the Suns next on the slate, guys. I know we had a lot of action on that one last night here on the show. What a game last night by Cameron Payne. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. The end of this game, though, was beyond stressful. I know if you were on the Suns last night, you know what I'm talking about. They were outscored 28-11 in the fourth. They're still able to hold on, but they definitely gave us a sweat in the fourth quarter. My man, Hefe, I know you were calling me last night, very stressed. What did you think about the end of that game?
I didn't even know something like that was possible. This game was over. The Suns absolutely blitzed the Kings in the third quarter. I think the Kings scored 12 total team points. The Suns were making everything. The offense was fluid. And they come out in the fourth, and I think the Kings started the fourth quarter on a 16-4 run, taking that 21-point lead right down to 9. And at that point, it literally looked like every single possession, the Suns just didn't know how to play basketball. It was iso ball by Chris Paul all the way to the top of the key. He was trying so hard to get around the screens, couldn't get around the screens, and ended up just heaving shots. It all came down, if you watch the game, to a reverse challenge call. And I give a lot of credit to Devin Booker for getting in the way. And
it was a great call, great charge take on that one.
That was obviously a big momentum changer for the Kings, and the Suns ended up holding off, but it should have never got there. That was one 100%. That was one of those instances.
And he needs to make them free throws, man. He needs to make them free throws.
Oh my God! Both sides, back to back. Both sides.
De'Aaron Fox is a career 70% free throw shooter. Devin Booker's an 85% free throw shooter.
Unreal, dude.
Unreal.
But anyways, guys, we're gonna jump right into today's breakdown. But before then, make sure if you guys are watching from Twitter, make sure you guys retweet this, like, share, comment your best plays today. And stay tuned after the breakdown. We're going to go over our giveaway. All right, here we go, guys. Breakdown. All right, we got a short slate today. Let's go to the Bucks at the 76ers. Line sitting at 6.5 total. 216. 76ers on a back-to-back. I'm going to jump right into Alpha. Alpha, what do you like here, man?
I like the Bucks, guys. I have it actually at a 6 flat at -110 right now. I think it's a great line on a back-to-back against Philly. As we all know, Embiid is going to be out for a minimum of 9 more days under the health and safety protocols. So they're going to be in there with Drummond, who had a full slate last night. He played his butt off last night, but Drummond hasn't had this much action in a very long time. And tonight's going to be a high-paced game, lots of scoring back and forth, up and down the court. I think he's not going to be able to give us what he gave last night. Give me the Bucks and give me them by the points. Hefe, what do you see in this one?
So I tend to agree with you on this one. I think I hate to use this word, but I think the Bucks is the sharp play. You saw Philly go out there. You saw how they matched up against the Knicks team. That obviously, I know they beat the Bucks last week, but the Bucks are statistically a better team, a deeper team, and a more veteran team. This comes down to me for one thing and one thing only tonight. Who on Philly is going to guard Giannis? They don't have that person who's going to shut Giannis down. And I think I look for this to be a game where Giannis takes over. I know that the Bucks are also without Lopez. So but
it means they're going to run more. Without Lopez in the game, they're going to be using Bobby Big Eyes, and they're going to be going up and down the court, guys. It's going to be a fast-paced game.
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, I'm going to go with the Bucks, but I'm torn here because the line is screaming Bucks, so that usually means it's the opposite. But
we said that yesterday, but all the screaming lines hit.
I'm sticking with my guns, everybody. I'm taking the Bucks because it's the sharp play. Nobody to guard Giannis. Philly has no replacement for Embiid. Drummond has played out of his mind yesterday. Like
he can't do that again. He doesn't have the gas tank.
It's on a back-to-back. The Bucks -6. I'll take the 6 points. I think the Bucks should roll easily on this one. Slam, what do you think?
I'm with you guys. I mean, I don't have a play on this game, but I do like the Bucks here to cover. But
we're not calling it a collab. We're definitely not calling it a 3-way collab today. We're not saying this is just a bet.
We're not saying collab anymore. But anyways, I love the under here, man. I think with Embiid out,
It's a sharp play. It's a sharp play.
Defensively, Sixers have to step up, control the tempo. Giannis is going to want to get out there and move transition basketball, make quick baskets, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, defensively, the Sixers have to step up here because they lost their score, so they're going to have to rely on their defense. So, for me, under is the play here. 216, I believe you can get at.
That's what I have it at right now, 216 even.
I like the under here, guys.
Awesome. Let's roll into the next one, Slammy. What do we got?
Oh man,
I had to continue to bring this one in. I'm sorry,
all right, guys. Let me break this down. Hawks at the Jazz. Line currently at 8, maybe 8.5.
I see 8.5. I got 8.5 here.
8.5 at some books, guys. Okay, all right. You guys are probably saying Slam is probably going to take Hawks. No, I'm not taking Hawks. I'm not taking anything in this game. I'm done backing the Hawks here. But if you do,
it's like the Hawks. It's the Hawks.
Okay, of course.
I'm taking the freaking Hawks, man. I'm taking.
This isn't last night. It's the Hawks tonight, guys. The 8.5 points coming off a big loss. They're versus a Jazz team that they can move the ball around on the guard play. They have the speed to get open. They have the guys to hit shots in this matchup, and I love the Bucks tonight.
I love the Hawks in this match.
Hold on, wait. We just got a comment in the live. Hold on. We had a comment in the live that said, how did the two Knicks fans not take the Knicks yesterday? The line screamed Philly, and we didn't want to get yelled at today being called homers over betting the Knicks. So that's the reason why. No, the line just looked like it was Philly last night. We didn't bet against the Knicks. Can confirm we both did not play the game.
I should have. Monday morning.
I should have as well.
The safe, in my opinion, the safe bet would be the over. Okay, if you like the Hawks to cover this game, it's the safe bet would be Hawks team total over or the over in general. Jazz coming off a loss.
It's Hawks too big of a gap. It's not 8.5 to 9 points is a massive gap in the NBA. We all know this, and I think it's an overreaction to them losing last night on a back-to-back.
Yes.
But that's your Hawks. Last night we weren't on them Hawks, so we are not upset with them.
I'm not going to pull a slam. I'm not going to say Hawks and then lean Hawks money line. No. The Hawks will probably lose this game, but I think they lose it by single digits. I think they lose this game between 4 and 7 points. And
in the same boat.
8.5.
All right. We'll see. I'll be watching that game. But okay, so you
guys,
as will we. Alpha and Hefe like the Hawks. I have nothing on this game, man. If I had to play it, I'll take the over.
All right, wait. First of all, hold on, wait. The people need to know. You don't have anything on the first two games. You have to have something on this last game tonight between the Portland Trail Blazers and the LA Clippers.
Mega best bet.
3-point line favoring the home team in the Clippers. Who do we got, Slammy? Give the people your play.
Clippers -3.
Ooh.
That's my play. Clippers are hot. Blazers have a tough road trip ahead. First game of the road trip is at the Clippers. They played the Clippers twice already. They're 1-1. Clippers are going to look for revenge here, man. Clippers have been playing great. They're at home for at least 5 more games. Blazers have a game in Denver tomorrow, I believe. Yes, they have a game in Denver tomorrow. So, I mean, I would say it's a must-win game for Blazers if they want to,
Nothing this early is a must-win game in the second week of the NBA. It's a big game. It's a big game, but it's not a must-win game.
Here's what this is going to come down to. And the last time that the Blazers played at Staples against the Clippers, they got murdered by, I believe, 30 points. This game is going to come down to Paul George and Damian Lillard. Who's on, who's off. I have an insane stat about Damian Lillard that I have to share with you guys and our viewers. Do you know that Damian Lillard scored 163 points this season on 163 shots?
Yeah.
Let me repeat that because that's insane.
Hold on. People, impressive. This is the daily Hefe little nugget for you. This is the nugget today.
He has scored 163 points on 163 shots.
That's like Randall in the first half yesterday.
Last time I checked, points were worth 2 and 3. You have to that's insane to me. Paul George is the 4th leading scorer in the NBA. The Clippers are on a 4-game win streak. Yes, the Blazers have had have had 2 games in a row where they look pretty good, especially their last game where they beat the Lakers at home. I'm rolling with the Clippers. I got the money line at -140. That's a value play to me, and that's who I'm taking.
Guys, first, before I get into my pick, I want to shout out DJ Jazzy in the comments, who says he's at the bar and has us playing over the loudspeaker for everyone at the bar. So thank you for your support, man. We appreciate you.
Next round on DJ
Everybody at the bar with Jazzy right now. Here's what it is. It's Clippers -3. Don't need the money line. They're going to win by the points. They're a much better team. They've been moving the ball well, and that second unit led by Luke Kennard has been deadly. Give me the Clippers by the 3.
What's his nickname?
White Chocolate. He's unbelievable. The guy hits every 3. I'm a huge Kennard guy. I think he's going to go off again tonight.
Disrespect Jason Williams like that.
He's the new version. New version.
I'm saying.
Listen, he's the new version. He's hitting the 3s from deep, and he's got the lefty trigger. Something about a lefty trigger that's just nice to watch. Big fan of him and big fan of the Clippers tonight by 3.
All right, boys, let's go into our best bets tonight. Quick recap here.
Guys, I'm going to do it a little different today for best bets because we just gave out all our bets. It's only 3 games. Y'all heard what we're on. Slam, I'm going to you first. Give me a college hoops bet. What's your best college hoops bet tonight? I don't need the analysis. I don't need your write-up. Give me a pick. That's all I need.
Kentucky +3.
That was going to be mine. Okay, Hefe, you go.
You know I can't give you a pick. I have to give you some analysis beforehand.
Okay.
I'm going Kansas -4. Kansas is returning 76% of its scoring from last year. That's the highest amongst ranked teams. They're playing Michigan State tonight, who is actually returning only 36% of their scoring from last year. Their lowest recruiting class in the last 5 seasons. I love the edge that the Jayhawks have tonight in that game. Alpha, what's your college basketball day 1 best bet?
Well, here's a little alpha nugget for you. Pulling it up from the Hefe recipe. I'm also on Kansas and Kentucky. I'm only on 6 plays today, so awesome. I'm on 2 of those with you guys. UCLA by 22. It's a lot of points, but UCLA is my dark horse to win it all this year. They picked up Miles Johnson from Rutgers University. They also have Johnny Juzang. That team is coming back.
I love
fully
him so
loaded.
much.
They are going to be
so much.
They're going to come out hot tonight. UCLA by 22 and Belmont -4. I cheated. I gave 2. Belmont -4. Those are my picks.
I like that. Hey, guys.
All right,
listen,
boys.
Shout out to Pure Wage. Alpha, why don't you end today's show letting everybody know how they could still be a part of our $1,000 giveaway?
All right, guys. So we've picked 5 winners so far out of the 10 for the $1,000 giveaway. Each person's winning $100 each. I got a couple DMs yesterday that said there's 10 winners winning $1,000 each. No, it's 10 winners winning $100 each. We have 5 of them selected. After the show, guys, retweet and put a picture that you were watching with us today. We're picking the other 5 tonight. We'll be posting all the winners by tomorrow morning. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for Pure Wage to making this possible.
Yes,
we appreciate y'all, and we'll see you
guys.
tomorrow. Let's go Knicks. Even though they're not playing, let's go Knicks.
Later, boys.